if you could introduce yourself and the work you're currently doing.
Assalamualaikum. My greetings of peace to each and every one of you. Annyeonghaseyo. I am Dr. Concepcion Balawag, the school's division superintendent of the Division of Cotabato City under the Ministry of Basic, Higher, and Technical Education of Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Mindanao, Philippines. I am an advocate of peace and an active member of the Cotabato City Government Peace Council.
Dr. Balawag, you have such a beautiful smile, and the clothing you're wearing is very colorful. Are there any special meaning to it?
Oh, it's an old dress, and it's my favorite dress. And the color combination is the favorite colors of our indigenous people, like the Bangsamoroans, the Maranaos, and the Tiduray, and even the Dinanmoros. These are their favorite color, and my favorite color also.
I think the color suits you very well. Now, our next question is, were you born from the Cotabato City area?
Yes, no? I am a pure Cotabateña. Cotabato City is a chartered city, and it was turned over to the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Mindanao. The name Cotabato derived from the indigenous term meaning Kutang Bato. Kota means cave, and Watu means stone. It's a cave stone because there's a cave stone that you can find in the PC Hill, a small hill located at the center of the city, where the Filipinos, long before the war between Japanese and the Filipinos, and our Filipino soldiers are hiding in that Kutang Bato or Kutawato or the cave stone. And Cotabato City, we have a diverse people here. There are so many different tribes. We have Filipino Muslims, we have Filipino Chinese, and we have also IPs, indigenous people, like the Tiduray. For the Muslims, Magindanaons, Olojanos, Maranaos, Iranoons are living here. We have also from Luzon and Visayas who resided here in Cotabato City. So we have a diverse culture in Cotabato City.
Wow, it's actually more diverse than I've imagined. Now, the next question I'm going to ask you is about HWPL. Now, when did you first hear about HWPL's Civil Peace Agreement that took place in the region, and who did you hear it from?
It was during the HWPL Peace Academy seminar that was on April 19, 2016 at the Division of Cotabato City in our ICT office. I was amazed during that time because that Civil Peace Agreement took place in Maguindanao, and where much of the man-made conflict arise concerning violations in human rights. And it was of great impact, no? Among the people and leaders of Mindanao, and set as a leading example that peace can bind people and groups of different ethnic backgrounds and to come together and be as one for the sake of unity, harmony, and peaceful coexistence. So that Civil Peace Agreement was a milestone in the achievement of peace in Mindanao, and starts the example of propagating peace among the areas in the Philippines. And so happy for that.
Thank you, Dr. Balawag. Now, how would you evaluate HWPL in making the Civil Peace Agreement possible?
Yes, the peace agreement of the government and the MILF, and there is also a peace agreement by the HWPL. I have known of that when I read in the newspapers, I listen to the radio, and I watched it in the YouTube. Arbitration of HWL was already is a peace agreement before the CAP. Also, HWPL, no, we implemented here in Mindanao, provided an impact on the determination of and finalization of the CAB or the CAB.
Now, Dr. Balawag, you told us that HWPL Civil Peace Agreement has impacted the CAB Agreement, the Comprehensive Agreement on Bangsamoro. Now, how would you say then, after making this HWPL Peace Agreement, how did it influence the area?
The people are slowly coming together and taking part in the peace movement, which is being advocated by the BARMM government now. And because we have HWPL, who is our great partner, so that we can really promote and advocate and spread the culture of peace. We really long for peace for how many years or hundreds of years.
Thank you, Dr. Balawag. Now, what is some evaluation of chairman of HWPL, Mr. Manhi Lee, in the Cotabato City area?
At first, people think that HWL is a religious sect that will propagate certain religion, no? Even me, for the first time, and influence others to join the religion. But with its continuous engagement, we have come to realize that it brings people together through the advocacy on peace, especially in peace education that we are integrating in our curriculum. With Chairman Lee, he has dedicated his life to building peace around the world. A man with a big heart for the unity and cessation of war and hostility in every parts of this world. He is really spreading peace, and he has that good heart, as I have said. We really appreciate him so much. And our teachers, our employees, our school heads have known him very well during our assembly, our peace summit. Me also, because I have read his biography in the YouTube about him. Because before I will accept any project that is being offered to us here in Cotabato City, especially from other countries, I have to research more about the person and the organization, because there are so many organizations there that they have a hidden agenda. But I have known him because he's an internationally, he is a well-known man spreading peace. We consider him as peace messenger.
Thank you, Dr. Balawag. Now, our next question is about peace education. We've heard that there was a pilot program of peace education that were done in 2019 November. Now, could you explain to us in which kind of school was this proceeded?
I signed the agreement between Cotabato City Division and HWPL, and after that, I issued a memo regarding the peace education, united learning for peace to the following schools. We have one, Notre Dame Village Elementary School. We have also Darping Elementary School. And we have Muhammad Elementary School, Lugay Central School, and Cotabato City Institute, private schools, Cotabato Rashida, Institute, also a private school, and 4 of the schools are located in the far-flung barangay schools, while other 2 are within the city limits. So the students were very participative in the different lectures. Not only the students, also the teachers and the school heads. They become so concerned about peace building and value cooperation.
Now, before HWPL Peace Education, was there any kind of education on peace in Cotabato City area?
Yes, it was 20 years ago, I think, when I was still a classroom teacher. The peace education being introduced to the Department of Education was being handled by the OPAP, from the Office of the President. Until now, the OPAP is existing, and they are also have programs about peace. And during that time, 20 years ago, we were able to make lesson exemplars on integrating peace education. But for today, after the curriculum was changed into K-12, that peace lesson exemplars were not being utilized now.
Thank you, Dr. Balawag. Now, as you've mentioned, there was already existing education on peace in the Cotabato City. Now, I want to ask you, what made you to decide to integrate HWPL Peace Education to what you already had?
And so, the peace education, after 20 years, was not being utilized. We are so happy, and I really appreciated and excited when HWPL offered me the 12 lessons presented to me. What we did is we cooperated with you in a peace education workshop, and I'm very thankful to HWPL, who really our great partner, using the 12 lessons, but we have to contextualize the 12 lessons. Contextualizing the 12 lessons, meaning to localize the lessons within the level of our learners at Cotabato City that is suited to their needs and responsive to their needs. Like, for example, we integrate Islamic values in teaching the 12 lessons, because Islamic values is a universal values also. And I am motivated to make such decision in signing a memorandum of agreement between the HWPL and the MOA is all about to establish a framework of cooperation between the HWPL in achieving cessation of war and spreading a culture of peace through activities and also that raise awareness of peace and harmony here in Cotabato City, in the Department of Education, and now the MBSCE. We wanted to pledge to provide a professional expertise and experience required to achieve the objectives, specifically to achieve and develop and integrate, implement, monitor the HWPL Peace Education exemplars. We encourage all our schools to have their own peace education coordinators. So in place to oversee that the peace education is being implemented at the school level. So the implementation of peace education in the schools, we have so many programs. One is they adhere to the banner, Yes for Peace. a message that schools should be free from any form of conflicts, violence, hostilities.
Thank you, Dr. Balawag. Now, if you could explain to us, so what is the current situation with peace education and what are some effects that you're seeing in the schools after peace education?
The schools now are implementing or integrating peace education in the curriculum, and in Cotabato City, all schools are mandated to provide peace education or establish related activities about peace. And schools are encouraged to provide peace-related themes in all their school programs. Teachers are also encouraged to integrate peace values in all subjects and to contextualize it, the impact to students. The students now how to understand the culture, the belief, and other practices of their classmates. Even they have different religions, they have different beliefs, and they understand each other. They don't have conflict inside the class, or now in this new normal, during their online class, very cooperative, friendly. The teachers also are very much passionate in teaching peace values during the teaching and learning process.
So, how many schools are actually implementing peace education, HWPL Peace Education, and how many teachers are trained with it, and how many students have received this peace education? Do you have any data on this?
In Cotabato City, all schools are mandated. We have from private schools also. We have from public schools that are implementing and integrating the 12 peace lessons from HWPL. We have almost 2,000 teachers in Cotabato City and 58,000 students in public schools and 30,000 plus in the private schools. They are all mandated in our memorandum, not only in the division level, but also from the national level, that we have to integrate peace education in all subjects that they are teaching, because values can be caught, so it can be taught and it can be caught in the teaching and learning process. So teachers are encouraged to integrate the peace lessons in all subjects. So not only in the subjects, but outside the school, they have created a peace garden. They have a peace library wherein they can read stories, they can read books about peace, the flyers and booklets given to us by HWPL. They have that in their library. I remember when Nas Ibra, it was he who first introduced HWPL because he attended the HWPL summit in Korea in the year 2017. When I signed his authority to travel, I asked him so many questions. What is this all about, this HWPL? Convince me before I will sign your authority to travel. And I was convinced because of the vision, the mission, and the objectives of the HWPL. And when he came back, he had a courtesy visit to me. I told him, what's the return of investment of your travel in Korea? And he brought with me some flyers and the 12 peace lessons of the HWPL, where after classes, during their vacant hour, during recess time, and the students will come or go to the library, that mini library. He is the one teaching that peace lessons. That started that small project, and it was radiated to the different schools.
Thank you, Dr. Balawag. Now, I want to ask you your personal evaluation on HWPL Peace Education and what do you think is the significance and effect of it? Or if you think there's anything that needs to be improved, what would that be?
In our division, we have the quality assurance team who is checking and reviewing all these 12 peace lessons. And their program in peace educations is very good. The themes revolve from self to giving importance to nature. And lessons are relevant to today's situation we are facing now, the pandemic issue, the COVID-19, and the integration of HWPL Peace lesson contextualized into the depth ed curriculum may be necessary in order to strengthen peace among its learners and all our constituents. We are using this MEPA technology, the monitoring, evaluation, and plan adjustment. Every quarter, we identify the gaps and we made some interventions if we find some problems and gaps to fill in.
Thank you, Dr. Balawag, for your answer. Now, what kind of work are you currently working with HWPL and what are some plans to work with HWPL in the future?
First is for this coming the year 2022, because as of now, because of the new normal, we are busy as bees in developing lessons in all subjects, and we need so many resources. For me, we will be finishing the 12 lessons because as of now, there were only, I think, nasa 75% were already finished. To finish the 1/4 of the total lessons in contextualizing that lesson so that we can reproduce all that copies. I am also planning to review the modules before it will be used. Not only to review, but we have to pilot it first. And we will also invite external reviewer from different university who are expert or who are offering peace education majors, no? Because there are some universities and colleges here that they are offering Master of Arts in Peace Education. So I am inviting some of the professors to review and to quality assure the modules or the peace exemplars. These are my plans for this coming school year.
Thank you, Dr. Balawag. Now, while working with HWPL, have you gained anything? Or also, I want to know if your views or thoughts on peace have changed after knowing HWPL.
We have to share its morals and values among the learners of Cotabato City. And also, one notable thing about HWPL is its continued call for the declaration of peace and cessation of war and respect for human rights, and its effort in spreading peace and its advocacy by persuading world leaders. So we really need the HWPL so that we can effectively and efficiently implement the integration of peace education in Cotabato City. I just want to share to you also that I was called by Minister Iqbal, our Honorable Minister Iqbal, to present to him our peace programs here in Cotabato City on how we integrate peace education. I'm happy and so proud to inform him that we have started already, and HWPL is our active supporter on this very noble endeavor of Cotabato City Division.
Thank you, Dr. Balawag, for being with us today and for all your answers. Now, from what I hear from you, it seems like there's a lot of work. However, I can tell that you're looking for a lot of fruitful results from Cotabato City area. I hope I get to see those results soon. Thank you very much for being with us. Have a good day.